What's up, everybody? Hey, today I'm going to show you how to use this thing right here and something that we're calling for the purposes of this video a pre-offer. I'm going to show you how to use both of these ideas, these concepts to grow your agency in a lot of different ways. One, to crack the lead generation mechanism for your agency, to crack the same thing for your customers. Now, I'm doing these live streams every weekday to accomplish a couple of goals. Number one, I haven't got it yet, but as you guys know, Alex Ramosi came out with his new book, which is called $100 Million Leads. This is offers, which I've ordered and I have not gotten yet because it was just on Saturday. But over the next several weeks, I'm going to be uncovering those concepts as they relate to agencies, local generation agencies who are using Highlevel and UpHex in their software stack to deliver results. Now, if you haven't heard of those, go to the description below and you'll find links that will tell you more about those. But I want to get to a couple things here. One of the things that Alex said in his presentation was alluding to the time when he finally figured out ads and how the lead generation game and advertising online compounded his revenue like nothing else. That's the truth. Okay. If you want to be able to grow any business, you're going to need mass eyeballs on your business in order to do it, but you're going to need it in the right way. So I want to get to a couple of concepts that relate to what I call the pre-offer. But first, I want to start with this thing. Okay, what is this thing? This is something called a monkey fist, and it's a very small, thing. You can throw this. It's pretty easy to maneuver. This is something I keep as a reminder of how ads are supposed to work and how the right ad strategy can make all the difference in your business. So what this does is you attach a cord to it. And when you're anchoring a massive ship, a cruise line, a tanker, whatever it is, when you're anchoring that to harbor, they have a huge chain. Well, to get the chain from the deck, from the top of the boat, all the way down to the pier, to the cleat, how could you do that? Well, you take this one small little thing, you throw it from one place to the next, and that small thing can move a really huge thing. Okay, so this small monkey fist can anchor a massive ship that can hold thousands and thousands of people to port. Now, how does that relate to lead generation and to strategies? Well, because doing lead generation right is not about the right words to put on a piece of paper. Okay, it's not about the right design. It's about the right offer or pre-offer to motivate and move the core offer. Now, in my agency, after having done this for several years now, I've boiled it down to two offers. Now, in Alex's book, he goes into three, which I've got those. You can't see it. Well, I've got those here. And what's really interesting, this is live, so I got a phone call. What's really interesting about about his framework, he has three types of lead. Now, before I tell you his three, for a long time, I've had two types of lead. One I call a self-discovery framework, and then two is a test drive offer. And I've talked about those in our Ask Anythings for over a year now. And Alex has a third, but his first one is called Reveal Problem. That to me is the self-discovery. It's the same thing. This was very validating to see this coming out of his book, by the way. Two is what he called the free trial offer. For me, that's the test drive offer. And then his third one was free step one of X. Now, I had never labeled this one, but this is actually interesting because in UpHex, I was working with a gal who was trying to create an offer for a roofer. And she had all these parts and pieces that went into a roofing job. And one of the things they pulled out of there was free gutters. So if you got your install done in a certain month, they would give you free gutters at no additional cost, which had a value of like $2,000. And so that to me was a perfect example of number three. But let me go back to number one. Okay. And by the way, this is his first chapter where he's talking about lead magnets. If you want to talk about what a lead magnet is, for me, it's a trial offer, it's a pre offer. These are all the same thing. It is what is the thing that's going to cause the biggest downstream effect? So, what's the thing that sells the thing? So, his first one is I'm gonna reveal. Now, I call this a self discovery offer. Now, I was in a conference maybe in 2017, 2018, maybe that time frame. And there was a person that got up and they started talking about the difference and nuance between an online quiz and an online survey. And it was really interesting to me the nuance between the two because they sound very similar. Okay, let me uh they sound very similar. But as he went through, he said, if you just make this really simple, the outcomes of a survey are for the survey creator. Okay. Give me information so I can benefit as a creator from that. The outcome of a quiz is so that the quiz taker can learn something about themselves. And people are interested in knowing more about themselves. Like that's why there's all of these tests, which what zodiac sign are you, or if you were what's your spirit animal, or what are people are interested in learning more about themselves, and as it relates to problems in their lives, they want to understand those problems better. um, it's easy to implement. You can put this, if you get very tactical, you can use a lead form to ask questions and say, hey, we'll reveal this information to you, we'll send this information out to you once you hit submit. And it's a good way to get a person to raise their hand and say, yes, I have this problem, which is why I wanted to learn more about it. Then the free trial. So I call these test drive offers. And the way I learned this was there was a time where there's a moment in time where different features are buzzwords. For example, right now, artificial intelligence is all the rage, and everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. In my niche, running an agency that helped people with chronic pain, there was maybe in 2018, there was all the rage about regenerative medicine. And so these are stem cell injections. So effectively, you could inject yourself in the shoulder if you had a bad shoulder, and the body would regenerate and fix itself without surgery. So you could put an ad, because the status quo at the time is if you had shoulder pain, you're probably going to have surgery. You could put an ad on Facebook and say non-surgical solutions to shoulder pain. And that thing would get so many leads that it would fill up the practice we were working for a long time. But after a certain time in marketing, we say a tactic known is a tactic blown. So at some point in time, what's new becomes the norm because people catch up to it, they know about it. And the second that the audience knows, that's your problem. Assumptions are the enemies of conversions. Okay. So at some point in time, those ads that we were running for regenerative medicine, they stopped working. So one day I'm sitting on a Zoom call with a customer, and in the background, I see this device, and it's a chair. It's got a apparatus coming off of it. I can't entirely make what it is, but I asked the doctor, I said, what is that? And he explains to me that it is a device that decompresses the knee, and that doing treatment of that type can help over time regenerate and improve knee function. And I said, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to offer people a free test drive of that on their first visit. And by the way, understand that the test drive, one visit isn't going to fix the problem, but that's not the purpose of the offer. The purpose of the offer is to introduce more and more people to the core offer that will benefit from the pre-offer. Okay. So the pre-offer is come in, get a consultation and a knee decompression session. The core offer is, hey, you're a fit for our product, for our services. We will take you through a treatment protocol, and boom, you won't have to have surgery because our entire protocol, all of the elements of it will make so you don't have to have surgery. Win-win. Right. And so we implemented that offer. and and started getting leads immediately. So instead of, the get non-surgical solutions to knee pain, which was the core offer, really, we left that away because people knew about it, and we went to a pre-offer, which was non-surgical, or if you have knee pain, here's a non-surgical solution, which is called knee decompression. Try this for $47. Get 2 treatments for $47, right? And just like that, we started filling his funnel with more interested, qualified prospects. So listen, this was one of the things that I learned from Alex's course, from his book, and I've seen it happen in my own agency and in my 8 years of doing this. I have seen this exactly as he explains in the book. So I'm glad somebody like him, who's more articulate than I am, can come in and put those ideas and even little drawings on paper. For me, what I want to do is to distill those down to, if you're running a local lead generation agency using Highlevel and UpHex, so you can take these ideas, implement them, and start getting explosive growth for your customers. So if you are not a subscriber already, subscribe, hit that bell button so you can be notified when I go live and when we put out future content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.